Hello my soul family, welcome to the daily video for Monday, June 1st, 2020 at the Spiritual Counseling TV network. So thank you first off for becoming a member, and today is a beautiful day to get things going, to be happy and joyous and really see the blessings in your life, because gratitude is going to bring more fruit in your life metaphorically. And we are being called to have courage as well, to take whatever actions we're being called to take, which I talk a lot about in the weekly intuitive guidance, which will be posted by tomorrow, and the motivational speech. And also make sure that you watch the June monthly astrological report. That video will also be posted tomorrow. Now, let us close our eyes for our morning prayer. Thank you, Divine, for such a beautiful brand new morning where we have been getting things done, getting up early, at least in my case, and really starting anew, starting a brand new fresh schedule, a new project, a new venture, a new us. And that's what it's about today. It's really about embracing this new us that wants to come through in our lives. And if you're not there yet, meditate and reflect on this question. How far are you from this ideal self that you want to become down the line? Because that's where you're being guided to make your changes. So take out your journal and reflect about that today. And look at my mug today that I used this beautiful sunflower and bees. I was really guided to the color yellow. Sunflowers, really feeling joyous. And yeah, let me take a sip from this happy cup. So sweet. And I feel like that's the message. Let us add sweetness to our life, because life is short. And adjust anything in your life, in your schedule, where you can make more time for fun. That's also a huge message that just came through right now. That's very important, because that's what's going to keep us joyous and rejuvenated throughout our journey, throughout our mission. And making time for people, for interactions, for family, for friends. And that's where we need to create a structure in our lives, organization, and me time, right? Self-care rituals really coming on strong. So let us take out our gratitude journal as always first, and then we're gonna get into the I need a pen. Let's see, there's a pen somehow. Oh, and make sure to ground yourself in nature. That's very important this week. So I'm gonna use, there you go. Finding the pen, finding the blessing in disguise might take a little work, but if you really dig deep into your life and into yourself, you're gonna find it. So I feel like that was a metaphor and a message right now. So let us take out our gratitude journal. Monday, June 1st, brand new beginning. And we're about to end, we're in Gemini season, but after comes Leo season, so that's significant. Today, I am grateful for my inner joy, because that's what we should be grateful for. All that gives us joy. It's a beautiful, beautiful day, and never, never, ever forget to see that. So now let us do the Course in Miracles lesson of the day. We're almost done with this book, and it's so amazing how far we've gone. Wow, today's a little long, so bear with me, because I feel like this is really the message of today. In my defensiveness, my safety lies. You see, this is about letting your guard down when it comes to your heart, your emotions, and letting love in. And keeping your thoughts positive as always, like we've been speaking about the last weeks. You may feel threatened, you who feel threatened by this changing world, and we are in this changing world right now, its twist of fortune and its bitter jest, its brief relationships and all the gifts it merely lends to take away again, attend this lesson well. The world provides no safety. It is rooted in attack, and all its gifts of seeming safety are illusory deceptions. It attacks and then attacks again. No peace of mind is possible where danger threatens thus. The world gives rise but to defensiveness, for threat brings anger, and anger makes attack seem reasonable, honestly provoked, and righteous in the name of self-defense. Yet is defensiveness a double threat, for it attests to weakness and sets up a system of defense that cannot work. Defensiveness doesn't get us anywhere. It only creates more barriers for love, for harmony, and for peace. And we want to feel truly happy. So it requires letting down our walls that we've built because of past heartache, right? And that's what this full moon in Sagittarius on Friday is going to be all about. Removing these blockages from the past that are, keeping us stuck in moving forward. Now are the weak still further undetermined, for there is treachery without and still a greater treachery within. The mind is now confused and knows not where to turn to find escape from its imaginings. And this confusion that's going on mentally is also because of this Neptune and Mars in Pisces right now. So remember to stay sane by staying grounded through your spiritual practice, meditating, doing your yoga practice to align your chakras, and always sticking to the spiritual truth. That's the truth. God is the only truth, not the deception of the outside world. Whatever's happening exteriorly, don't let it affect or interrupt or interfere with your inner healing work that needs to happen right now. Because that is your priority today and this week as we approach Friday, full moon in Sag, lunar eclipse. It is as if a circle held it fast, which we will be doing a twin flame sacred prayer circle that Friday. I'm so excited. I already have all the prayers that I'm going to be reading that day. And it's going to be a very intricate prayer, very deep. It is as if a circle held it fast, wherein another circle bound it, and another in that one until escape no longer can be hoped for nor obtained. Attack, defense, attack become the circles of the hours and the days that bind the mind in heavy bands of steel with iron overlaid, returning but to start again. There seems to be no break nor ending in the ever-tightening grip of imprisonment upon the mind. Defenses are the costliest of all the prizes which the ego would exact. In them lies madness in a form so grim that hope of sanity seems to be an idle dream beyond the impossible. The sense of threat the world encourages, which is happening right now, you all know, you've seen the news, is so much deeper and so far beyond the frenzy and intensity of which you can conceive that you have no idea of all the devastation it has wrought. You are its slave. You know not what you do in fear of it. You do not understand how much you have been made to sacrifice, who feel its iron grip upon your heart. You do not realize what you have done to sabotage the holy peace of God by your defensiveness. For you behold the Son of God as but a victim to attack by fantasies, by dreams, and by illusions that he has made. Yet helpless he is in their presence, needful only of defense by still more fantasies and dreams, by which illusions of his safety comfort him. Defensiveness is strength. It testifies to recognition of the Christ in you. Perhaps you will recall the Course maintains that choice is always made between his strength and your own weakness seen apart from him. Defensiveness can never be attacked because it recognizes strength. So great attack is folly, or is a silly game a tired child might play when he becomes too sleepy to remember what he wants. Defensiveness is weakness. It proclaims that you have denied the Christ and come to fear his Father's anger. What can save you now from your delusion of an angry God, whose fearful image you believe you see at work in all the evils of the world? What but illusions could defend you now, when it is but illusions which you fight? We will not play such childish games today, for our true purpose is to save the world, and we would not exchange for foolishness the endless joy our function offers us. We will not let our happiness slip by because a senseless fragment of a dream happened to cross our minds, and we mistook the figures in it for the Son of God, its tiny instant for eternity. We look past dreams today and recognize that we need no defense because we are created unassailable, without all thought or wish or dream in which attack has any meaning. Now we cannot fear. This is about letting fear go. For we have left all fearful thoughts behind, and in defensiveness we stand secure. serenely certain of our safety now, sure of salvation, sure that we will fulfill our chosen purpose as our ministry extends its holy blessing through the world. Be still a moment and in silence, think how holy is your purpose, how secure you rest, untouchable within its light. God's ministers have chosen that the truth be with them. Who is holier than they? Who could be surer than his happiness is fully guaranteed? And who could be more mightily protected? What defense could possibly be needed by the ones who are among the chosen ones of God by his election and their own as well? It is the function of God's ministers to help their brothers choose as they have done. God has elected all, but few have come to realize his will is but their own. And while you fail to teach what you have learned, salvation waits and darkness holds the world in grim imprisonment. Nor will you learn that light has come to you and your escape has been accomplished. For you will not see the light until you offer it to all your brothers. So this is about this balance of light and dark that we're all going from within, sharing our light with the world, okay? And as we take it from your hands, so you will recognize it as your own. Salvation can be thought of as a game that happy children play. And this is what we're after, happiness, right? It was designed by one who loves his children and who would replace their fearful toys with joyous games which teach them that the game of fear is gone. His game instructs in happiness because there is no loser. Everyone who plays must win, and in his winning is the gain to everyone in short. The game of fear is gladly laid aside when children come to see the benefits salvation brings. You who have played, that you are lost to hope, abandoned by your father, left alone in terror in a fearful world, made mad by sin and guilt, be happy now. That game is over. Now a quiet time has come in which we put away the toys of guilt and lock our quaint and childish thoughts of sin forever from the pure and holy minds of heaven's children and the Son of God. We pause before a moment more to play our final happy game upon this earth, and then we go to take our rightful place where truth abides and games are meaningless. So is the story ended. Let this day bring the last chapter closer to the world, that everyone may learn the tales that he reads of terrifying destiny, defeat of all his hopes, his pitiful defense against a vengeance he cannot escape, were but his own deluded fantasy. God's ministers have come to waken him from the dark dreams that this story has evoked in his confused, bewildered memory of this distorted tale. And look at this, in June's astrological forecast for the month, this month with Gemini is all about our storytelling, a retelling of our story, and not telling ourselves these dark dreams are true, but telling ourselves the light is true. God's Son can smile at last on learning that it is not true. Gemini energy is very intellectual and will always get down to the truth. And this is what this month is about, seeking spiritual truth. So today begin with seeking this spiritual truth. Take a look at my spiritual book club and all the lectures that I've been doing, especially the presentation I did this weekend on the eclipse season. Today we practice in a form that we will maintain for quite a while. We will begin each day by giving our attention to the daily thought as long as possible. 5 minutes now becomes the least that we give to preparation for a day in which salvation is the only goal that we have. 10 would be better, 15 better still. And as distraction ceases to arise to turn us from our purpose, we will find that half an hour is too short a time to spend with God. Nor will we willingly give less at night in gratitude and joy. Each hour adds to our increasing pace as we remember to be faithful to the will that we share with God. And I just got a message right now, we have been blinded, a lot of us, spiritually, and those obviously who have been asleep have been blinded. But seeking this spiritual truth is going to wake us all up to ancient wisdoms that are wanting to come through to us, because there is a special message for us this week. Okay, so we shall see in this full moon in Sagittarius spirituality retreat, bonfire ceremony, and the sacred prayer circle that I'm going to be doing after. There's going to be special messages there. At times, perhaps a minute, even less, will be the most that we can offer at the hour strikes. And just to point out, that sacred prayer ritual is only for those who provide an energy exchange of $11.11, 1111, because that is the synchronistic number that I've been getting strongly for these spiritual awakenings and for these sacred unions between twin flames. So make sure that if you want to partake in that prayer and give me your prayers, if you don't want to participate but you want me to pray for you, you can also just email me your prayer and give me that energy exchange. And I'm doing it in English and in Spanish. Sometimes we will forget. At other times, the business of the world will close on us, and we will be unable to withdraw a little while and turn our thoughts to God. Yet when we can, we will observe our trust as ministers of God in hourly remembrance of our mission and His love. And we will quietly sit by and wait on Him and listen to His voice and learn what He would have us do the hour that is yet to come, while thanking Him for all the gifts that He gave us in the one gone by. In time with practice, you will never cease to think of Him and hear His loving voice guiding your footsteps into quiet ways where you will walk in true defensiveness, for you will know that heaven goes with you. So this is about trusting the divine and walking with God in true surrender, true vulnerability. That's what's going to open our eyes, our hearts, and our world. Nor would you keep your mind away from Him a moment, even though your time is spent in offering salvation to the world. Think you He will not make this possible for you, who choose to carry out His plan for the salvation of the world and yours? Today, our theme is our defensiveness. Okay, so work on opening your heart today. I wouldn't be surprised if that comes out in the cards. We clothe ourselves in it as we prepare to meet the day. We rise up strong in Christ through spiritual strength and let our weaknesses disappear as we remember that His strength abides in us all. We will remind ourselves that He remains beside us through the day and never leaves our weakness unsupported by His strength. We call upon His strength each time we feel the threat of our defenses undermine our certainty of purpose. We will pause a moment as He tells us, I am here. Your practicing will now begin to take the earnestness of love to help you keep your mind from wandering from its intent. Be not afraid nor timid. There can be no doubt that you will reach your final goal. The ministers of God can never fail because the love and the strength and the peace that shine from them to all their brothers come from Him. These are His gifts to you. Defensiveness is all you need to give Him in return. You lay aside but what was never real to look on Christ and see His sinlessness. So that is the message for today. Let us take out the spiritual guidance cards, and if you want to purchase these and use these cards for your own personal use, you can purchase them on my shop. So what is the message? God, divine, love more, open your hearts, and also self-love, realizing that you're beautiful, having patience on your journey. Message of the day is you are one with the universe, and this is pink energy, lots of self-love, loving all, and realizing that you're part of this mission, this cosmic mission. So make sure that you are spiritually disciplined on your spiritual mission. Take a look at those weekly videos and the motivational speech, because this is going to go more intricate into how you are playing a role in this bigger picture. And make sure that after you do your mission, you take the rest that you deserve, okay? Make sure that every day, I created a new ritual for me this week, this whole new schedule, and I actually have it posted on my wall so that I can remember and full-heartedly abide by it. And the power of writing is real, because today I woke up at the time that I said I was going to wake up. So I have my morning ritual, where it's like my me time, to get prepped for the day, to work on my mission. And then I also wind down the day in the evening with self-care. And I feel like that's what this is about. From 5 p.m. onwards should be your self-care time, because it gets dark like around 8 p.m. And you should almost be ready to go into bed by then. You should make sure that your circadian rhythm and your sleep cycle are really in line with the sun and the moon, the light and the night, so that your body can function at its optimal level. Let us get one more message. You are a starseed. You see, you're one with the universe, you're a starseed. This is the Palladians coming through, which I have messages for you on Friday. The prayers that came through last night, they really, guided me to the perfect channel messages. It was amazing how it came through too. I was like, this is so meant to be. so meant to be. And I, when I created that event, I wasn't quite sure what channels and messages and prayers I was going to say. But yesterday, God illuminated me. So now the daily affirmation of today, I think is this one. I am able to process, metabolize, and release all emotions within me. Now, how perfect is this? Because this is about what the solar plexus is for, our digestive system, has a lot to do with how we process our emotions as well. So making sure that we're being emotionally intelligent and learning to manage our emotions, seeing things clearly, not giving into illusions, making sure we're not misinterpreting communications between people around us and things in the world and things internally. So stay strong, my friends, stay in love. Remember that you're one with the universe. You're part of this cosmic mission. So you are important, you're beautiful. So take care of yourself, your sacred temple, and your sacred space so that you can come back rejuvenated tomorrow. So have an amazing and beautiful Monday, everybody. Namaste.